felt like my stitches weren't lining up where they're supposed to be, but it looks okay, I guess. Here he is. When I feel like my brain can handle it. We did end up going to Joann's, and I did end up buying some yarn. My expensive item. I've never worked with this jumbo size yarn before. I don't remember buying a ticket, but I am definitely riding the struggle bus today. Hey friends, welcome back, or if you're new here, welcome. My name is Cris. I'm the maker behind the Enchanted Skein, and I make videos about crochet and trying to get my small business up and running while working a full-time job. So if that's something that interests you, I hope that you'll consider subscribing to the channel. Let's get into this week's video. Hey friends, it is Monday morning, and I've got just under an hour before work today. Just want to catch you up on some stuff that went down yesterday. So yesterday I didn't film. I ended up working on editing the videos, which I'm still struggling with, but each week I'm taking my learnings from that and hoping that it makes it better the following week. A couple of things I observed in the edits of the videos is that I didn't quite have as much crochet in them as I would have liked. But I just wanted to get all of that back end stuff done so that I could feel like it's over with and I didn't have to dedicate a lot of time to it. So I feel like now that that's over, this week can be a lot more heavily focused on crochet. Last week, I only got 3 items done. I showed you the rat, I showed you the skull, and I finished up a little black loaf cat, which I showed you when I had the front part done, but I finished the rest of his little stubby self. So he's done. And I did get pretty far on the Forest Guardian, and that's what I'm actually going to work on this morning before work. So I'm going to grab my cup of coffee and sit down and get to crocheting. I might go ahead and actually do that in here and watch a video while I crochet. Yeah, I feel kind of in the mood to watch some YouTube while I do that. And can I just say, look at the pretty yarn over back here. Look what we did. Oh. It makes me so happy to sit there when I'm working and look over at my yarn stash. All right, enough of that. Let's go. Coffee and crochet with Cris. Sounds like a great morning show. Alright, so I finished the inside of the ear. I felt like my stitches weren't lining up where they're supposed to be, but it looks okay, I guess. I gotta make one more, so we'll see how the second one turns out. If the second one turns out noticeably different or better, then I will remake this one, but it seems okay. It just felt off the way the counts were, so maybe I'm overthinking it. I got about 10 minutes left before work, so I'm not gonna start the second one. Yeah, I'm just gonna chill and watch the rest of this video while I drink my coffee. And then start the work day. Mondays, am I right? Workday's done. At lunch, I finished the other ear panel, and it's correct. It does a little cupping thing at the bottom, so I was on track, so we're good. I have 2 inner ears. All I have left to do is the outer ear and then assembly. So that's the plan for after dinner this evening, and my hope is to kind of make a reel of, I'm thinking of doing one of those kind of stop motion-y things where all the parts are on a table and then you start assembling. So we'll see how long that takes, but that's the plan for this evening. Good morning. Last night I finished the ears for our Forest Guardian. So now we've got all of his little adorable parts. His little body is so cute. And his little arms, his fuzzy tail. So I have all the pieces. I was planning last night to do kind of a little stop motion. I think I mentioned it, but I ran out of time. The ears took me longer than I anticipated. I was overthinking the process. I was like, that can't be right. That can't be right. So what I ended up doing was just going for it, trust the process, do what I thought the pattern meant. And then it worked out fine. So that was good. So that's done. I just need to sew it together. I have a little less time this morning than usual. I have about 35-40 minutes, but I actually don't feel great this morning. Last week, I think I mentioned we had a day where we weren't feeling so hot. We rested. Everything was fine the next day. This past Sunday, my son got a cold. And I think hubby and I are just trying to fight it with everything we have and not get it. But I feel like I'm on the verge of succumbing to it. So this morning, I'm not going to do anything. As much as I want to crochet, as much as I want to sew this guy together, I want to make sure that I do this really well because he's adorable. This has to be one of my favorite patterns as far as the looks of the final little guy here. So I really want to take my time on it and make sure I do it right. So I think with the time I have this morning, I'm just going to chill. I'm going to have some coffee, relax on the couch. I need to save what brain I have for work because I have a lot to do today at work. And then I will see how I feel at lunch and see how I feel this evening after work and kind of take it from there. Hopefully I'll be up to getting this guy together, but I definitely know I need to have my wits about me to get this little one sewn together properly. So we will do that when I feel like my brain can handle it. Workday just ended. I'm feeling a little better than I was this morning. I actually took a small nap at lunch, which is not something that I usually do. My plan for this evening is I'm gonna go cook some dinner. And then after dinner with the fam, I'm thinking I may attempt to sew together our forest guardian. I think I mentioned it in the last vlog, but I put in an order for a bunch of like shipping stuff and sales stuff that I didn't plan on ordering until I was right at launch of the store. But the spring sale was so good. Some of the stuff was like 40% off, and I was like, I'm going to buy it in a month anyway. May as well save myself the money. So I went ahead and bought it. So we might have a little Amazon haul tomorrow. Some of that stuff is like scheduled for delivery up until 10 p.m., which I won't be awake. But so yeah, I'm thinking I'll show you guys that tomorrow morning. So. You want to stay in here? I'm going to talk to the camera. I don't know why, but whenever I talk to the camera, my one dog is like, I'm out. I'm leaving the room. She must think it's weird. I get it. Good morning. As you saw by the very short clip, because my battery died, I decided to go ahead and work on our forest guardian, and I did finish sewing him together. Here he is. I love him so much. This has to be one of my absolute favorite patterns as far as a finished product. I think he is just like the epitome of an adorable plushie. The only problem, and look at his little fuzzy tail. The only problem that I have is it's probably not something I'm going to make much. The reason for that is that he's rather petite in size, especially if it's at a market. People look at size of things for whatever reason, not realizing the complexity involved in some of these things. But this took me like an hour and a half to get sewn together properly, just to try to make sure everything's in line and facing the right way and all that good stuff. And yeah, so I don't know that he's going to be worthwhile because I don't know what somebody would pay for him, but he's certainly not, the price of a loaf cat. So what I'm going to do with this guy is I am going to put some kind of pendant on him. I love it when there's a little lore to go with these kind of guys. So I'm going to make a little lore card that'll go with him, and I will put him up. I don't know what I'm going to charge for him yet. I've got to look at other similar complexity items on Etsy and see what people are charging, but I think he's probably a good $40-$50 item. Just for the effort. So we'll figure him out. But also yesterday evening, as you can see by my little happy box here, I did get my Amazon deliveries, so I think we'll go through a really quick haul of all the goodies that I got on the spring sale. So in this box is not anything really flashy. It's literally a box of cardboard boxes. So these are 10 by 7 by 5. There's a smaller size box that I want. That would be the box size for probably this guy. There's a smaller box size that I want, but it wasn't on sale, so I will wait to get that until we're closer to launch. And then this is just some clear bags. I worry about sending a plushie in a box with just tissue paper and it getting wet or something happening. So I think I'm going to put the plushies in a plastic bag and then inside the tissue paper. I haven't tried packing anything yet, so I don't know if that's a strategy that'll work, but it's one that I think I'm going to try. Let me get the other box. This one has the fun stuff in it. Starting with my expensive item, which is a thermal printer. So I have wanted one of these for a while, not only just to print like shipping labels, but to print stickers and stuff like that. Custom stickers aren't super expensive, but I don't need like super heavy duty stickers. I'm not planning to like do sticker giveaways or anything. So I wanted something that I could kind of print. Look, I have fuzzies from the Forest Guardian. He's leaving his mark. But speaking of stickers, I got a pack of labels. So shipping labels are all set. And then I got a couple of different sticker options. And I think I'm going to return one of these. So I got this silver, I don't know if you can see the iridescence. These are like a purple fade. And then these were supposed to be like a rainbow color, but it looks very dull and kind of blah. So I think these are, yeah, these are probably going to go back. I got to look at the price. If it was like $5, I'll keep it, but that's probably going to go back. This is a stand to hold the labels, so it just holds the roll. And then I got these, which are basically scratch-off stickers. So some people do like free stuff when they ship. I'm not a fan of that. I like stickers from a couple of my companies that I buy stuff from, but some people really don't like it. There's mixed feelings about it. But instead of sending like a cute sticker or a cute little giveaway paper thing, my thank you card has a place where I'm going to stick these scratch-offs, which it's like 1,000 of them for like $10 or whatever. And it might have even been cheaper on the spring sale. But anyway, you can stick this on top and then they can scratch it off, and underneath there will be a discount code. And my plan is, depending on, I'll have a base discount code that I give to all return customers. And then if it's somebody who actually bought a bunch of stuff, then maybe I'll increase the discount code for their next purchase, and I can write that discount code right on my thank you card and then stick this over top. They can scratch it off and they have a discount code. So that's my plan for that. I got these, which are essentially a, warning, choking hazard, small parts sticker. This is going to be something that I stick on anything that has the safety eyes that can pop off. I do plan on doing some embroidered eyes, especially when I do a market, so that I have more, kiddo friendly. And if I make like a snuggler or something that's for a baby, then obviously it's going to have embroidered eyes. But then we have a square reader. This was on a really good deal. I don't remember what it was off the top of my head, but it was like 30 or 40% off. And then I just got a docking station for the square reader. So yeah, that's my little haul. Again, it's stuff that I was going to buy in about a month, but I saved a good bit of money, so I'm pretty happy with that. This morning I have actually about an hour and 20 minutes. I think I'm going to set up the printer and play with it. I'm not exactly sure where it's going to live, and my desk is kind of a mess right now, but I kind of want to play with it. So I think that's what I'm going to do this morning, and see if I can get that working and at least kind of get a good grasp of, the software. Should I make reels instead? Probably. I'm really behind on my plan for reels, and to do so I would crochet to film said reels. But I'm going to play with the technology stuff and then I'll circle back. I decided to keep these. They were $8, but this is something I can use for testing and seeing how I like the prints. Stay right there, Mama. You're okay. Stay down. It's okay, baby girl. Lay down. The fact that they include the driver on a USB drive instead of just having you download it from the internet blows my mind. Sorry. We have to get over the aversion of using my phone for things. I could put my logo in here. Ah, I love it. It doesn't print as dark black as I expected it to. That's the only downside.
Obviously the body type, but then the wings are a little bit smaller on the...
Time for work. Oh. Hey guys, it's finally the end of the day. Today was actually pretty productive. I had a town hall meeting and I started to crochet this little mini cat pattern that I have because I was just sitting there listening to the meeting, so I was able to crochet during that. I plan to do that all the time now whenever I have one of those. And at lunchtime, I not only downloaded the footage, but I started rough cutting some things. So I'm hoping that if I do some rough cuts when I do have enough time at lunch and I dedicate that to that, then by the time Sunday comes and I'm fully editing the video, it's less work. But we'll see how that works out this week. The plan for this evening, after dinner and whatnot, is to crochet, and I'm going to film using the little thing I have for around my neck and my phone so that I can make a reel or two or however many I can out of whatever I crochet. I don't know what that's going to be yet. I want to look at my inventory list and see what else I need to add to it, or if I want to make another color variation of something that I've already got. I keep kind of going all over the place with that, and I probably need to like tone it down. So I will figure out what that is. I will crochet that and I will show that to you in the morning. Hey, good morning. So last night I really struggled with analysis paralysis. I got done with dinner and everything and I was like, what am I going to make? And I started overthinking, I need this for inventory or I don't need that. And I should buy a new pattern, and I was just kind of going nuts. So I ended up remembering that the new horse/unicorn pattern came out that I wanted to kind of mash up with the other one. So I started working on that finally. And I had to do some calculating and things because the rows and amount of stitches were different between the two patterns. So I needed to kind of figure out, okay, how am I going to do this? Ended up coming up with a solution and crocheting 3 legs. So I have one more to do. They're quite large though, for perspective. So I don't know how big this thing's going to come out. But this is going to be a project that I don't know if I'm going to sit and go straight through or come back to multiple times. But my plan is this morning to do a few things because I remembered that I had not finished the loaf cat in the sense that he doesn't have any facial features other than eyes. And the little cat that I started making yesterday during my meeting still needs ears. So I think what I'm going to do this morning is grab my coffee, put some features and missing parts on these guys, and crochet the last leg if I have time. Hey guys, it's lunch. I know I don't usually record during lunch, but I figured I would jump on here while I was feeling up to it because, man, I don't remember buying a ticket, but I am definitely riding the struggle bus today. I started working on those items. I couldn't focus. I ended up stopping the recording, and I just sat on the couch to do it. I ended up finishing. I got the little cat done. Gave him a derpy face, got the nose on this guy, and got the 4th leg done. But it kind of took me way longer than it really should have. And as the workday is progressing, I am feeling worse and worse. I just wanted to come on here while I'm feeling okay, because if I continue to drain the way I feel like I'm draining, I probably won't record after work. I'm probably going to eat dinner and just go to bed. So I will check back in with you and let you know how things are going as soon as I'm feeling up to recording, and we will go from there. Good morning. Happy Friday. I obviously did not record after work yesterday. I don't remember exactly where I left off. I didn't do anything, and I'm about 10 minutes before I start work right now. I don't feel like I fully have my kid's cold or anything like that. I just have a lot of sinus pressure. Last night I just plopped onto the couch and only got up when I needed to, and I kind of did the same thing this morning with the time before work. So I tried to crochet. I couldn't even see my stitches. I was like, this is not happening. So, but I did do some kind of paperwork stuff. I made a few lists of things that I want to do this weekend. And other than the sinus pressure, I feel okay. Like in my mind, I feel like I've got good thoughts. I'm thinking cool things. I'm excited to get some stuff done. I just didn't have the energy. So, I'm hopeful for today that, I'll start to feel better as I get moving and things get going, and we'll kind of just see what the day brings. The weekend's coming, so that's always good, and I'll have lots of time to catch up on what I've missed. I'm just at 30 days now of having, started the company. I haven't launched the store or anything like that yet, but I was thinking it might be fun to capture a snapshot of where we're starting as far as number of followers on Instagram with 0 posts and just kind of do like a starter snapshot and then maybe revisit that every month as things get launched and just see where that goes and hopefully grows. So that was one of the things that I thought of when I was just kind of laying around. So I'm going to maybe take a snapshot of that this weekend. I'll share that with you. And then, yeah, we'll kind of track it as things go on. But just going to kind of get myself ready for work the rest of the way and, in that mindset of focus and see what the day brings. Hey, so it is the end of the workday, which is awesome. I still don't feel amazing physically, but my mentals are doing okay, and I'm super excited for the weekend and for getting a bunch of stuff done. I don't know how well my body's going to cooperate with the things that I want to get done, but we're just going to keep going. So this evening I am going to maybe do some computer stuff. I'm going to try to crochet a little bit. I did get an order in this afternoon for the safety eyes that I needed for the wisp that I started, so the white pupil safety eyes. And when I ordered them, they had a glow in the dark as well. So I got that. I got to see what these look like once they're painted, which I'm not going to do this evening. Probably do that tomorrow. And if it looks good, I'll use the glow in the dark one because I think that would be cool because a wisp is supposed to be like a light. So I will check back in with you later or tomorrow morning. Hey, I just came on real quick because hubby ran to Michael's and I was telling him an idea I had for a plushie that would be kind of Enchanted Skein specific and the color schemes and things I was thinking, and he bought me yarn. I've never worked with this jumbo size yarn before, but he got me the perfect colors for my plan, so I might have to work on that tonight instead of anything else. We'll see how I feel, but I'm so excited. Hey guys, good morning. Just a quick update. Yesterday I was able to start crocheting with that jumbo yarn and it was so cool. I think I found a new love, but I'm not going to show you what I started just yet. I'm hoping to finish it and show you by the end of the video because I think it's kind of cool. It's something I just kind of thought up of on my own, so I'm excited to show you. I still feel like I'm kind of fighting something and for some reason my back is killing me, but it's Saturday, so, that makes everything better. Today, I'm going to start off the morning by getting all of the adulting non-crochet things done that I need to get done so that hopefully I can dedicate the rest of the day to crochet. Hey guys, it's around 11:30. I've got a little bit of time before we have some lunch. One of the things that I ordered on the spring sale that I just received yesterday was actually some additional cubes for this area over here. I was going to consider a shelf from IKEA, but it was, when I measured it, it was almost like this has more storage, and I wasn't almost like this had more storage. So I ordered another set of these. I'm just not exactly sure how stable it's going to be, so I'm going to assemble it, see how I like it, and then later we can fill it up with yarn. Just like that. Yarn storage is doubled. Hey guys, so today is absolutely flying by. It is almost 5 p.m. already, which makes me really sad because I feel like I didn't get a lot done today, but we did end up going to Joann's and I did end up buying some yarn, but I only bought 4 skeins. So I got this color called Dino Dot, which I really wanted because I want to make some toads out of that. Then I got Seafoam, which is the color that I made my first dragon out of. And then I ended up getting Sun-Soaked Yellow. And then last but not least, Cozy Rosy, which is like a variegated, their frosting line. And I do have one of these already in this color, but I think that this color would make some pretty cool dragons, especially with the new willow dragon pattern that I got. So yes, we got back. I haven't obviously arranged my yarn. I may do that tomorrow. I'm not sure yet. I just wasn't quite feeling it. I ended up just kind of putting away all of the safety eyes that I purchased that had come in. I didn't make the ones yet for the wisp. I'm going to do that tomorrow probably, or maybe this evening. We'll see how I feel. And then I ended up working on my special project. But I'm losing yarn chicken steadily, so I'm probably gonna need to run to Michael's and just get one more of the green. I'm not sure what else I'm gonna do this evening or if I'm gonna film anymore, but I will check back in tomorrow at the very least to show you what I was working on. Recording on a Sunday. Who is this person? Hey guys, I just wanted to come on really quickly and show you that little special project that I was working on. But before I do that, I actually have a question for you. I ended up adding all of my yarn to my stash here and rearranging this up here today. That was one of the many productive things that I did. But when I was doing that, I was watching a video by Katie, the Celestial Homebody. She does like this when she says her name. She's awesome. I'll link her channel down below. But she was like resorting out her yarn haul in real time and talking through like what she does with the different colors and what she likes and dislikes and all that kind of stuff. And for me, I've always hesitated, like I've done so many videos like this, but I haven't, as far as like vlog style. I hesitate going over like 30-ish minutes. I don't know. I just feel like it might feel too long, but let me know in the comments if it's something that you're cool with, because I literally played her video while I was doing my yarn stash. So I wasn't like watching the whole time, but I was listening to her and it was almost like, you know, we're sorting our yarn together. But I don't know if that's something that you guys would enjoy, so I just kind of did it off camera, or I speed through it when I show it. But let me know if that's a video you'd be interested in. I would probably do it aside from a vlog, because I feel like then that might be way too long, but I don't know. I would like your opinion, because I make what I think is fun to make, but I also don't want to bore anybody, so I try to like cut some of that down. So let me know, but that's besides the point. One of the things that I got done today was the wisp, and I know I was telling you guys that I was waiting for the eyes to come in. They came in, so I painted those today, and I want to show you. I don't know if it'll pick up on camera, but yeah, I just shined the flashlight on them. They actually glow in the dark. So they're pretty cool, and I love this size. This works up so quick, and I think it's something that I could put up on my shop. I mean, I'm going to put the little ones up anyway, because if they don't sell, they don't sell. But this is the size difference for reference. So this is kind of how the pattern is made. This is what I ended up doing. I added a few rows to this because I just wanted the body to look a little bit differently in the larger size. So I'm going to be making another 1 or 2 of these for my starter inventory. And then this was another pattern that was kind of a mini that I think I'm going to do in the blanket yarn with a larger hook as well, so that I can, you know, have a similar size to this one, because I think they're really cute together, and I think those will do well, and they fit my aesthetic. So yeah, so I'm gonna work on some of those probably in next week's vlog. But the moment no one's been waiting for, but I've been waiting for, is to share with you my little special project. So I think if you're in the crochet community, you know everyone really loves sea turtles, and it's gotten to the point of where they make sea turtles into everything. There's, you know, fruit sea turtles and all kinds of different things. Well, I had purchased the strawberry sea turtle pattern by Crochet by Jenna, and I knew I didn't want to make a strawberry. I just wanted to see what her pattern was like compared to a different turtle pattern that I had. And I got to thinking, like, what could I do that's more my aesthetic, my theme? And I ended up coming up with the idea, and I might make some changes to this, but we have our first version of doing a sea turtle that's got like a cauldron on his back. And this is supposed to be like bubbles from like the overflowing foamy cauldron. So I made this guy today, and I did his eyes. I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but he's got purple glitter eyes with little bats, iridescent bats in it. But I think he came out super cool. And I had never worked with this yarn before. This is the yarn that hubby got me from Michael's. It's not my most favorite anymore after doing this. It sheds everywhere. Like, there is just fluff all over the place, and you definitely can't sew with it. So what I ended up doing was sewing with an acrylic yarn to put all of his pieces together, and then going back behind it with this yarn to just kind of make it aesthetic. But it's definitely a lot of effort. But I think he's awesome because he's just my own, my own version. And if I was to make him again, I'd probably make his shell a little more bulbous, but this was my first go at it and modifying this pattern. So thank you, Crochet by Jenna. You inspired an idea for me. So this one's a little bit more up my alley. It was nice to finally have a day where I felt really productive and I'm feeling much better. So that's good. Next week, I think I'm going to challenge myself with a bit of a dual focus challenge. They kind of go hand in hand, but what I'm thinking I'm going to do is not look at any of the back end paperwork stuff, all the data goodies that I like to, create analysis paralysis and procrastination for myself with. And I am going to spend every moment that I have free just focusing on crochet and filming myself crochet. I need to get more used to doing that because I need to get the content ready for social media, for Instagram especially. And I've been avoiding it, I think, just because it's something I'm not comfortable with. So next week's focus is going to be that. So none of the back end stuff. It's crochet, 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 and we'll see how that goes. So the challenge is on for next week. I hope I will see you there. Thank you so much for watching this week's vlog. Ha ha ha. Thank you so much for watching this week's vlog, and I hope to see you next week. Bye.